Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful day with us on Live with Lloyd. I am your host, astronumerologist Lloyd Strayhorn. Here it is, another Monday. We're getting closer to this month of July being a wrap, as they say. As you see on the screen, I have my guest coming up, Amirah Hassan, and actually, I stand corrected. It should be one S, not two S. Hassan, and she is a educator, a card reader, entrepreneur, and a wonderful mom and stuff like that. Anyway, we're having some problems connecting, so I'm hoping that she is able to get through. But anyway, let me tell you, our sponsors are brought to you by Miss Kimberly Manifest on Purpose every Monday and Wednesday mornings. Um, this morning was a very good. Well, all her stories are good. Also Nicholas Brooklyn of 1396 Fulton Street in Brooklyn, New York, and also Reza Islam with his intellectual power supplement that's absolutely great. Um, uh, King Simon is also sponsoring an event for Baba Dick Gregory, or in honor of Baba Dick Gregory. But I just wanted to announce that his book is out. This is his newest addition to King Simon Keeps Himself Busy. But this is the event that will be taking place on the 13th. Tickets are now on sale. They were on sale since July 1st, beginning of the year. And this is our forecast. Our forecast for the day, it is Monday, July 22nd of 2024. The sun is in Leo. The moon is in Aquarius, which is why it's a full moon. Um, it's a 6 universal month, a 1 universal day. So 1 universal, excuse me, it's a 6 universal month, a 1 universal week, a 1 universal day. My guest just got on, so I was distracted for a second. Leos, Aquarians, and Aries are the go-to signs. And for those that are born on the 1st, the 4th, the 10th, 19th, 22nd, 28th, and 31st, of the month, well, this is your time. All right. So with that being said, okay, everybody, thanks very much for joining us. Okay, my beautiful guest has joined us. Yay! All right. And by the way, after she finishes this show, an hour from the show at 9 o'clock, she will be on Hank Rising show, Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids. That is the title of his show on YouTube. So once you see her on this show about an hour later, she will be joining Hank Rising son, my good buddy. He's another of my brothers too. All righty. So before I bring her on, I've got a couple of emails and stuff about President Biden dropping out. Kamala Harris is um, up for passing on the mantle, so to speak. So people have asked me. I don't know. It's kind of new for me. This is a crazy, crazy game of politics this year. I might touch on it Wednesday, or I might have better things to do. Okay. But in the meantime, though, let me bring on my very special guest. Let's see. Okay. Let me see. Oh, add to the stage. There she goes. Hey,
Doing?
how you doing, Amirah?
I'm doing pretty well. How are you?
I am fine, thank you. I'm fine, thank you. Yes, your young man is there. Don't worry if he keeps you busy. That's his role. Let me say this: over and above a fantastic mother, you
Oh,
are an educator. See, I know you read cards, but
yeah.
you also are an educator. How'd you get into that? And then, how did you get from being an educator into cards? And you're definitely an entrepreneur because you sell handbags and all kinds of things. And I guess everybody's got to be diversified now. But how did you start in the role of education and
Well,
then leading into cards?
I actually started I have a degree in health information, and after that, I went into get my yoga certification, international I am international yoga certified, and so I also took up like health classes on nutrition and things like that. So I started in that field, and then I also got into like holistic healing and that sort of thing, and then I ran across cartomancy, and I got into that, and so that's how I started to do my readings. I always felt like I've been in tune with the universe and that sort of thing. So I never felt like I was like out of touch or anything. So I've always felt like in tune with that. So that that's what kind of draw me to the
So
reading
you
with.
never, go ahead. Let
Go
me
ahead.
let you.
You can go. You can go.
No, I was going to say, so you never found it a conflict between academic education and something metaphysical as cardology or cardmancy, however you refer to it.
I never know because you know, I just never thought it would conflict because it was I was like into the yoga practice. So that's what I
Now,
started.
for some reason, I can only see just a little fraction of your head. Maybe you need to tilt
Oh,
the more to.
let me move over here. I'm kind of like in a bad spot.
Okay, I got you. I
Sorry.
got you. I got you. No, 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 no.
Yeah.
You're good. You're good. It was just the angle I was looking from. Um. So now you call it. You don't call it cardology. What do you call it exactly?
It's cartomancy. Like it's not cardology. It's cartomancy. I mean, you could call it cardology. I mean, but I call it cartomancy. Yeah.
Okay,
So
cartomancy. Your cards, are they the regular playing
it's
cards or they like tarot cards?
no, they're playing cards.
Oh,
They're
okay.
regular deck.
So it goes from ace to king, ace to two.
Yes, it's like the face cards, the numbers. It's usually I go by the clubs, the diamonds, the every set has a meaning to it. So like
Uh-huh.
if to ask me a question on like say a relationship or their finances, usually the diamonds would, you know, talk about the finances, that sort of thing. Like it would explain the finances. It's usually through the diamonds, and it really it go based on the it goes based on what the numbers are and what type of card it is. Like it's not
Now I gotta ask you a question. No matter what guest I've had on, when I asked what was the topic of discussion, it was either romance or finance. Has that been your case too, primarily when people come to you?
yes, primarily yes. It's romance, finance, or usually they talk about or they want to know about like their next step in their journey, that sort of thing. Isn't but
Okay.
it's relationships and finance. Like, yeah, that's what it's mainly. It is.
Okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to try some of this out because we've got some people online. Do you require anything of them? Like, I know I require a birthday. Do you require that, or do they pose a question? Or let's say somebody calls in and they don't have a birthday or a question. Would you still read them? Does that make sense?
Yeah, if they call me personally and they just want me to just like deal out the cards for them without asking me any questions, I could do that for them on a personal. Um,
Okay. But now what about, see, now I'm curious because what about if somebody just gives their name here on the show in the comment section? Can you do that? If I says, okay, this is Beverly Thomas, for example, could you then, from me saying the name, pick up on something about that person? Maybe?
uh,
No?
maybe but it's normally I would say no because normally they have to ask me a question in order for me to, you know, to answer whatever they need. Like because going based off of their name, I mean they could just give me any name. I'm not saying that someone would do that, but I can't.
No. But when you would when you deal with public though, some people might just do that. So
So
anyway, we're gonna see. What else you about to say? I'm sorry.
no, no, that was it. That was
Okay. Now, how'd you get into my buddy Hank's show? You're gonna be on his show in at 9 o'clock, about an hour after we finish.
well, we were talking about like how women is basically it has nothing to do with what we're talking about, but it's just
Well,
hold on.
I'm always. Don't worry, because the more you try to stop it, the more it's gonna be. So don't even worry about it. Um, so I'm curious now. What about women per se? Not that I'm trying to take part of Hank's show, but what
No,
about women per se? You being a
um,
woman after all, too.
but just basically we're just talking about how women, need to be more in tune with themselves, with their bodies, with their feelings, their emotions, and um, we were just basically going over that and like what are they lacking as far as not being connected with their self, with their, especially when it comes to their sacred, let's say sacred self, their sacred body, their personal, you know,
Hmm.
self.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, you have to be in tune with everything,
Okay. Well, that's for Hank's show. Cause see, I got questions already. See, I'm
Yeah.
curious about
Oh,
everything. So we ain't gonna
yes.
cut in the Hank show. We're gonna keep it with
No,
the cards. Okay.
yeah.
Here's what we do. We're gonna do something. I'm gonna take me first, which is rare for me. Now, what? So, um, if I have a question like, say, will I be successful, or will I find love, or will I have money? Is that how I should address it?
Yes. Like the question should be very like precise. Like you have to say exactly what you want to know, and then I'll just pull the card for you. I will tell you if it's a diamond, if it's a spade, if it's a club, I will tell you. And
Okay.
then I'll explain to you what the clubs mean, what the diamonds mean, what, according to the question that you ask. It's
Okay. Well, I'm gonna ask a question about will I be successful in my present and future projects?
okay. So what I do is I just shuffle the cards a little bit.
Okay.
That's what I'm going to do. Will you be successful? So you have the clubs
Hmm.
cards, and this is, yeah, good luck, wealth, good news about money. So you're always going to be successful. And this card is what I pulled for you. So it's
What is it? The Ace of Clubs?
yeah.
Oh, I
So
like that. Very good. Very
yeah,
good.
definitely. So yes, the answer is yes.
Oh, okay. Good. Good. So when it happens, I'm going to give you a call. Okay.
But you're already successful. But the
In
fact
my
that,
own way, you better believe it. I am already. And you know what? Success isn't always about the dollar bill.
but
It's about
it
finding
also
your passion, being happy with yourself. You know.
It also says here is good news. Is good news with you all the time. Wealth is also it's just like abundance, everything. So it's like you said, it's not all just about money. It's about overall everything. So it definitely this card represents you and your success. So I agree with it, and I swear I just pulled it. Like I wasn't. I just pulled it. Like
I was going to say, Amirah, I knew I liked you when I saw you. Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. So we're going to go with, it took me, I got to be honest, it took me a while to learn how to love myself. It really did. And I am so happy with myself now. It's just incredible. But that's me. That's me. I know it might sound corny to some people, but really, truly, really, truly. All right. Okay, so now, as you see, there's a question. So I'm going to start for those that have specific questions. And oh, okay. Now this one here MC, what's my next career move for this person?
So I pulled the diamonds for her. Her name is MC.
Ah,
I pulled the diamonds for her. She's a very outgoing. She's a very outgoing woman. She is definitely going to choose the right career. I would like to go further more with her reading. Like, you could definitely let her know or give her my number or however you got it.
yeah, I will put it on the screen, the banner on the screen. But so it seems like as it says a diamond, right?
Yeah, Diamonds, like she's an outgoing person. That's what the card that I pulled for her. Um, and she's she would definitely be in like a good career. Her next career move would be great. It would be good, but I would have to get more in depth with her with MC. Right, that's her name.
Yes. Okay, Goldie Lee says, what should be my focus at this time? Thanks.
Goldie Lee.
Uh-huh. She says, what should be her focus at this time, right now, in this moment?
She should focus more on her finances. I pulled the spades for her. She has the spade. Um, she needs to focus more on her finances right now, but I could definitely go in depth with her as well on one-to-one reading. But she
Okay, so now what does spades represent? I heard of diamond,
spades
heard of clubs. What does spade represent to you?
spades represents like logic, realness, more straight to the point. There's no, you know, it's like you might not like what spades is gonna deal you. You might not like what you're gonna hear, but spades is like, you know, it's more. I feel like it's more accurate than any other group because you get more accurate, an accurate reading with the spade. It's more,
Okay.
you know, like with her finances, Lee's finances, she
Mm-hmm.
definitely that right now.
All right.
Definitely.
Now, overzealous Brainiac says, should I look for love at this time?
Oh, that is so crazy. I just pulled the hearts. Wow.
Really?
Yeah, that is so wow. Happiness and partnership. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Here's my question. Now, it's a heart, but there are hearts that go from two all the way up to ace. Does that give that number of a two give a shading to her heart, if that makes sense? Versus,
Um,
let's say you picked up a nine of heart. Would it
mhm.
still be love or something? But because of the number on that card, would that give it a different shade, if that makes sense?
Yes, the numbers give it a different shade. The numbers always give it a different meaning to it and everything. But the hearts has a specific, what you say, like with someone like he or she is looking for love right now. So I pull the two of hearts, and it's saying yes. Look, you should at this time. This is the right time to look for your partner. But I would say take your time doing it. Don't jump in, right away. And just because I'm telling you, yeah, just take your time and do that. But yeah, that it definitely depends on the number as well. So
Yeah, because for me, if that's the case, two always means patience. Take your
yeah,
time.
take your time. Yeah, yeah.
Don't rush into it, anything like that.
You're good with the numbers, so yeah. So if two means patient, that does make sense. And what I just said to um, over what is overzealous brainiac is
Yeah,
that
overzealous brainiac is the name of that person. Yes.
yeah. I think that you know well you definitely need to be patient, but the answer is yes.
Okay. Here we have another person. Thank you much for the donation. The way it is in pounds, I guess they're in the UK, across the pond, as they call it. They're born November the 4th of 96. They're born at 2020. Okay, so that means PM. That means 6:20 p.m., which means their sun is probably somewhere in the sixth house, something of that nature. Anyway, She wants to know what advice the rest of the year will be like for her.
Um, she's going through something right now, so I can definitely get like I would need to have like a reading with her because it seems like she's going through some changes and it's really tough. It's going to be a tough year for her. It could be. So I think she definitely. So I just pulled a spade. The spades, like I told you, is very, very in
I mean,
depth.
what card? What card of spade? You need to. Can you show the cards so people can kind of see?
Yeah, this is what I pulled for her.
A two of spades.
Mhm.
That's interesting.
Yeah, she definitely she's going through something like a change right now. She's going through some changes that and she may need to get into some healing and that sort of thing with her. So, but I would have to, like I said, I would have to do like a reading for her, or like I would need to get more in depth with that.
Yeah, no, because there are a lot of people, and I did. And by the way, I did make it clear, knowing how the viewership is growing, um, because I guess there's a lot to explain. Like if one person calls me, I could use about 20 minutes just talking about that one person. I could even go longer than that, but then that leaves out all the other people waiting in line. So I just told her to kind of like just kind of basic points, and for those that want to know more, because there's a lot to this. There's really, really a lot. And so I just don't want you to think she's just being surfacey when she's not at all. And there's my good buddy, Steve Williams. And thanks so much, Stephen. He always make a donation, him and Carolina, Chicago. They're the best. So anyway, and also K Love, these are some of the regulars. And also uh, Sister Maya. She now she's a Virgo. Well, I know you don't do birthdays. She's a Virgo 4 person.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's you. That's your. That's your.
huh?
That's you. I don't. I don't. I can't touch
Yeah, I
that.
know. I know. I know. Don't worry. Don't worry. And also for Melanated 8, she's always at the top. She just, God bless her. That's all I can say. And also, I got to thank my moderator, Jazz Aphrodite, that makes my life very, very easy. I've had some bloopers, but she catches them. But you can't do everything yourself. Although sometimes I try and think I can. All
Mhm.
righty. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, and please, just like Jazz Aphrodite with Sacred Space, please get the thumbs up. I'm beginning to understand now all this craziness about algorithms, that it's all designed in part because of how many thumbs up you get. It's supposed to, anyway, so that's what they say. Okay. Uh, let's see. I'm just passing some of these things on, and let's see. I'm looking for some people now with questions. Good evening. All righty. I will be with you in just the moment. Okay. Let me go. Let me go here and kind of work backwards a second. Okay. This is Centillia. That's interesting. The name Centillia. She any insight would be appreciated. So she wants to know whatever you can come up with.
Oh,
So how do
okay.
you do? You shuffle the cards, or you just
Just
randomly pick them?
I'll just I will pull a card for her. I'll shuffle and just pull a card for her. Um,
Okay. And
um,
she's one person with this year. Go ahead.
it's a spade card, and it says she worries a lot.
Can you
The
show the card when you put it up so people can see it? That's a 10.
Yeah, it's a 10. It says she worries a lot. Well, this represents worrying, and you know,
That kind
can
of makes sense, her being a Virgo. That's the kind of the worry sign.
Mhm. So I mean she didn't ask the question, so I just know what that card means, and that it is definitely a worrying card. Like she could tend to get into that. Maybe she should try to do some meditation some breathing exercises and clear her mind.
Okay. Well, I will say this about worry. Many of the things we worry about really don't come to pass. In the mid, and while you're in the midst of it, it's very serious.
Yeah.
But when you go down the road and look back, it never was all that dramatic as one thought it would be.
Hmm.
Uh, that's it. You need to pay attention to your young man, by the way, who is a Leo. His birthday
Oh,
is next month.
yeah. I had to take the toothpaste from him. He wants to go brush his.
Well, that's when you're a youngster like that, that's happens, okay? Um, let's see, let's see. Oh, this person here, Ayana Abina, she says, will she be successful in her writing career? And by the way, Centilia said, thank you so much.
Oh, tell her so you're welcome. Well, yeah, you're welcome. Sorry.
So with Ayana Abina, she
Yeah.
wants to know if she be successful in her writing career. And if don't forget, if you can show the cards, that'd be helpful.
Okay, definitely. I just pulled the Four of Hearts for her. This card represents travel and success. So I would say that's a yes.
All right, all right. So when you do get successful in your writing, let us know. We'll order the books and things like that. We always want to help our viewers out. Okay. Actually, this is the Lloyd Live with Lloyd family. We are family. That's how I look at it. Okay. Um, now this is from Donna Marie Kiefer. She wants to learn too to do you think there is for me? I want to learn the you do. I don't quite follow. You think there for me? Do you think there is for me? I kind of don't know what this means, but
Yeah, perplexed about what she's saying. I want to. Do you think they're for me, Donna Marie? I want to learn the to do you. I don't know. I don't understand the question.
okay, it's okay. It's okay. Well, we're gonna try. And this one is they say good afternoon. How is my business looking for a 3 year? A year? No, for the year. The year. I
Two,
misquoted this
so
man.
two cards
Mm,
slipped out for her.
misquoted. Pardon
Two,
me?
two cards slipped out for her. So I'm
Really?
gonna. Yeah, one dropped and one. So this is the first card is the worry card. So she shouldn't worry so much because this is definitely a good business card right here.
Now
So
what
it's
color is that? That's the
looking
diamond,
pretty.
isn't it?
It's the diamond. Yeah, it's the diamond. So that represents money, finances. Is look here. Stop rolling on my foot. Hold on a second.
And what does the second part represent? What was that?
Yeah, so she's fine. Like, oh, the worrying card. It came back. It came back up. She worries a lot about her business and things like that, but she shouldn't. She shouldn't because everything is good. This is representing the good card for business and also travel as well. She may need to travel as well to help her be a little
Okay.
more.
And I noticed she's also under the sign of Virgo, which is a sign of worry. In
Wow.
other words, they analyze, but they overanalyze
Yeah.
sometimes or worry. Okay.
So
Uh,
yes to that. Yeah. She will.
okay. Now, this is an interesting question from Frida Darby. Am I on the right path spiritually?
Oh wow, that is a good question. Um, I'm sorry. My son is up here. Um, sorry about that.
And as Jazz Aphrodite says, if you can make your question specific, and in fact, I do believe my guest said that, and thanks, Jazz Aphrodite, for mentioning that. Please make it as specific as possible.
Um, it looks. What was the last question? She said, "Is she on the right
Yeah,
spiritual?"
I'm on the right path spiritually. This is her again. Yes.
So she has to break away from the heartbreak that she's been going through because this is representing something that really bothered her and it caused a bad emotion in her life. So I would have to do a reading for her to really figure that one out. But it's something that she has to heal from first, and then she'll know for sure after that what spirituality that she should be on. But it's
Okay,
something
I
about.
have okay, no, because I have a question for you. Do you ever read yourself, or can you read yourself? If that makes
I
sense.
No, I can't because I'm. It's too complicated. I wouldn't do that to myself. I wouldn't read myself. I actually, you know what I do? I just, I kind of just like, after I do my meditation and that's sort of that and my prayers, I just go off of my intuition. So I don't read myself because I don't want to confuse myself. I just really go off of that, like the intuition of, how things should flow in my life in that way. But no, I just, it's hard for me to do that. I would have to find somebody really good to read me. you
Okay.
know,
Okay.
I would
All
do
right.
that.
Now, this person here, this is Ahmad uh, uh, Adenil. I think I know. I hope I'm saying it correctly. Anyway, what should I look for career-wise? Does that okay?
It seems like with him, he's lost, um, he's lost something, and that's why he's asking this question. So,
Okay.
the
That's
spade,
your innocence or the card?
well, the card is representing that. Like, this is why he's a little perplexed about what career he path he should be on at this time. I'm going to pull another
Okay. All
and
right.
I'm pulling the two of diamonds for him. I just pulled, and that represents two of diamonds represent the business partnership. He needs to, if he's going to do a career, make sure you find someone that you trust, like as far as a business person, that somebody he's dealing with that he should go in with. But um, either he's already dealing with someone as far as a business partnership already, or maybe he should just try by himself, or he should go into a business partnership with someone, because it's like he had like a loss of something, but he's definitely going to need some help. So he should probably choose like a business person that he trusts. So
Okay. All right. Well, I'm sure they'll probably give you a call, hopefully.
yeah, so I guess
Um, hmm?
because it's a little general too. That's a general question.
No,
Like
no,
what?
I understand. I understand. I definitely understand. Now this person, Warrior Queen, says, "What message is my soul tribe telling me?" Does that make sense to you?
Um, I don't understand the question. Hold on. I'm so sorry. Hold on a second.
No, well, you got a young man, so that is very much anyway. Um, well, let me tell you this. I'm looking at the birthday, and it's interesting. The 18 is called in the tarot deck the power of mediumship, the ability to go in and out of the visible and invisible world. So it's also denoting the spiritual side warring against the physical side of man's nature. So that means that if you do feel this, I guess, this urge, I know that's not answering the question that way because I'm looking strictly at numbers, but I can tell you this: looking at the birthday, you will be in a 11 personal year, a transitional and visionary year. I know this that this month of July is a 9, which means that at some point there should be some kind of closure for you. But it means in August, which is a fire period, and you're a fire sign with a fire number born in the master number year 22, which is 1975. It should be a very, very interesting month. Okay.
So what
How
was
we
the
doing there, Amira?
I've just the last question I was a little perplexed about. What was the question about a soul tribe? Oh, I see it. What?
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
the spirituality part, yes. Mm-hmm.
To
Uh,
a one-on-one reading of because I don't understand what she's asking me. So try.
Well, what people are gonna have to do is when they get in touch with her, uh, to then you can be very specific, and also have to take into consideration too. This is a public forum, so to speak. So if a person does have a very private, intimate, or personal question, they don't want it over this platform. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So I guess sometimes you have to talk in general terms, but this is why you definitely need to call our guests so you can be more specific with. So you and them, 99% of my guests always talk to you in the strictest of confidence. They're not going to put your business out there. We're not going to survive doing that. So we take it in the strictest of confidence, so to speak. That way you can really get into specifics about whatever the case is. But this is it. Now it's interesting. Fortunate for life. May 1276. Oh, she was just tapping in and just saying hi. Thank you very much. I will say this though, as a Taurus 3-person, you're in a 7-year, which is a year for spirituality, a year for reflection, a year for soul searching, a year of for self-discovery and question why you do the things you do. That's how I always place it. And of course, anytime you're in a 7th cycle, it deals with the law of attraction. So what's on the mind? That's what you're going to be drawing. So think very, very carefully. This is Ty Lee, Amirah, and she says, She says, is she on the right path?
Is she on
Right.
the right?
Yeah. Yeah. And by the way, Goldie Lee that you read earlier said thank you.
Oh, so yeah, you're welcome. Yep, she is the Ace of Diamonds. She's improving whatever is going on in her life. She's been improving. It hasn't. She hasn't really had any bad setbacks lately. Like everything's been moving. It's been flowing. So this card represents, you know, a good results.
All righty. I'm sure she's glad to hear that. Ace of Diamonds or any ace in any of the suits look good to me. Okay.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good thing. This is Carmen Asion, I guess. Good evening, Lord Amirah and family. They are July 29th. They got a birthday coming up next week or week and a half. I'm going on a holiday abroad soon. What is in the cards for her? She wants to know.
What is in the card for? It's like a general question.
Yeah, yeah. In other words, I guess it means since she's going to be traveling,
Yeah. So I just pulled a
how
nine of.
does things look?
I just pulled the diamonds for her. Is looking new opportunity, basically, business, everything. So
Is that 10?
that's a nine.
That's a 9?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So this is basically something. Nine of diamonds is like new beginning. There's some money coming in, something that unexpected that you didn't think would happen is going to happen, and it's going to be. It could be a good result. So yeah. So this is a really good card for that.
Well, Carmen, we wish you a wonderful, wonderful cruise. Don't forget us, though. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, you ain't got to tell us all the things you did, but let us know how it worked out for you. Okay. Um, Now let's see. Okay. Now this is Karen Wheeler. She says she's interested in securing a second income.
That's a great idea. Stability. This card represents stability, prosperity, financial success.
That's a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. Okay. That's interesting because in the 10th house in astrology, that rules the house of career.
Yeah.
So very good. Very good, Karen.
And that
So
that
go
was a
ahead.
very specific question, and that's why that she got exactly what she needed from that.
Okay, so that was a specific question. Okay, Denisha Hanson, 22285, a general reading, peace and happiness. She didn't say specifically, so can you just
Well,
draw anything? in that sense? Now, I gotta be honest with everybody. As
She,
she is asking for a specific question, I'm picking things that are very general or generic. But the more specific you can be, the more specific she can be with you. That's going to be key. All
uh,
right. So,
well, she seems to be lucky. This person, but she wants a general reading, so I just pulled this from her. But this is a card of luck. That's about it. There's no
okay.
real specific meaning towards it, but she does definitely have like a new love interest. It could be someone or that she's could be into or looking into, or that person may be into her. It could be something like
Okay.
attraction.
Go ahead.
No, that's it. This something about.
Okay. I have an interesting question from a Johnny Johnson. Anything in the numbers, Lloyd, for reparation payments to African Americans in 24-25? Just asking. That's a kind of like a ancestral question about reparations, but I do. Well, I have my opinion about that, but I mean, okay, she is off. Okay, um, I'll let her get back. It's interesting. I do notice that they can give everybody reparations, but when it comes to us of African American descent, there seems to be a problem. Yet, it is a very known historical fact, whether woke people or Project 25 want to come up with, we ain't giving no other people credit other than other people themselves or whatever. We built this country. And so let there be no question about it. History prove it, photographs prove it, documents prove it, books prove it. You know what I'm saying? And it's so interesting that everybody can get, it's interesting. I will say this. Dr. Phil, there was a question about a year and a half ago about reparations. And Dr. Phil was saying that, well, if we were to get it, all we're going to do is spend the money. It brings me back to the movie this stereotypical movie in the 1800s during President Wood, uh, I forgot his name, Woodrow Wilson, I think. And it was called anyway, it was a whole stereotype of black people. We were in the house, the House and the Senate. We were drinking, smoking, cooning, as they call all that stuff. Strictly stereotype. And I think that, well, let me. I'm going to save that for another time because I can go there with that. Anyway, so that's a good question. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Okay. Um, Okay, this is Sonia Belzer. She's born January 17th. She says she's starting a new business and would like to know, would it be successful?
She's starting a new business right now.
Hmm.
Shuffle the cards. So I pulled the clubs. Finally, something has changed. The nine of clubs. That represents achievements. So yeah, definitely. Yes, I would say yes. And we can go more into it while one-on-one reading.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can more into it with her. But yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be great.
Okay, and evidently, Carmen, like what you said, she said, thanks so much in the mirror. She's excited. Well, we would be too with money written all over the reading. You know what I'm saying? So I think it is very interesting. Let me see. Okay. Now, this is interesting from my point of view. How special is a 7-9-67 date? How special is it? Okay, Dolores. To me, this is a catch-all. Every date is special. My date, your date, my guest date, my uh, moderators. Everybody's date is interesting. I will say this though, because it's 1967. That was the year of the five. So actually, your destiny or life path, the birth path, would add up to a 3. I'm assuming it is July the 9th of 1967. I know 1967 has a 23, which is a 5. Or it all it could have been. For example, you could be from the Caribbean where they reverse it. And so maybe you're born September the 7th, but I'm going to assume you are born here. So that's July the 9th. And since it's 3, um, that would be it. So in other words, it means you would be in the 3rd grade in the school of life. That's what that means. That's how I put it because, as I and my other students and other people in this profession, we will say your destiny, life path, birth path. But I have taken into consideration each year I'm growing with this, that the average person don't understand what's the destiny number? Of course, we'll explain it. What's a life path? We'll explain it. But when I say the month, day, and year indicates what grade you're in the school of life, we all know about in the school of life. We've all heard that phraseology, in the school of life. And what we're here to learn is based upon that month, day, and year equation. At least that's how I put it. So just based upon that, it would add up to a 3 in my head right quick. And so I don't know whether it's a 21-3, a 12-3, a 33, because these are compound numbers. If it was a 12, it means in this grade, you got to be careful of being the victim or the sacrifice for the plans and intrigues of others. If it's a 21, it's the world card, which means success after a long test of initiation. If it's a 30, it means mental superiority, things of this nature that would give it this. And then, by the way, if you did Numbers Decoded, Cards Unfolded, Jazz Aphrodite's book, where she talks about these double or compound numbers. She breaks it down in a very great way. You just got to get a hold of those books. Okay, we lost some. We lost some control. Somebody says they can't hear me.
Okay,
Okay,
now
okay, good, good. Welcome back. Welcome back. Okay.
yeah, I was
Now
having.
this person, Jennifer, says romance, marriage, and money. She threw the whole pot in there. Okay. What would you say? What would the card indicate about this? I guess that's as specific as they want.
Well, she's asking for 03. I would, it's like 3 questions. That's like 3 cards that I would have to pull. So, which one does she really want to know about now? And
Well,
then
let's take the first one, romance.
romance? Okay.
Yeah, we're going to take it in that order. Money was at the back end. So, since you just want to focus on the one, we'll take romance.
It says this is the card of wishes. It's so interesting. It says your wish will come true. So, I guess with romance, she would be good in that department. She would, because she's not really asking a question. It's just she's just putting romance out there. So she would be fine in that way, but she just has to meet someone and date, and and it would be good. She should try with dating. You know, so
Yeah.
I would say that would help. I mean, what
Okay.
is it that she wants? That, like I said, that would have to be something that she would have to call me, and I would have to set up a reading for her and go
Sure.
into.
Sure. This is Tylene, who you read earlier, who said thank you so much.
You're
Now,
welcome.
this person, Deidre Johnson, what about her health this year? Do you deal with a health question per se?
Yeah, but that would have to be specific, and I could still pull a card for her, but she would. I would definitely have to have a reading with her on that.
Okay, well then let's leave it with
Oh,
that. But I will
uh,
say this about health this year. She is a number 4. In my area, in my book on numerology and health, of all the numbers that tend to be misdiagnosed, misunderstood, misanalyzed, so to speak, it is a 4 and an 8. Those are the two numbers. So if your person is born on the 4th, the 8th, the 13th, the 17th, the 22nd, 26th, or 31st, normally those are the set of dates and they add up to a 4 or 8 that tend to be misdiagnosed by the medical profession. They'll think it's one thing and it's another. They'll be
Yeah.
given a prescription to make them feel worse than they are. So I'm not saying that that is it, but the fact you're talking about your health this year, I would say, especially because, first of all, you're in your 52-day critical cycle that comes up in about 2.5 weeks. This is a 6 month for July because 2024 added to the seventh calendar month equals 15. 1 plus 5 is 6. 6 is your direct opposition number, Miss Johnson. So if you are not maybe feeling yourself, that might somewhat explain it. All right. So anyway, we'll go on to the next question. Now, this is a very more detailed question, but I'll read it. But it says, how do I move beyond the constraints I have placed on myself, specifically being attached to old? I know this is caused by religious beliefs I grew up in in AM is still around 216. Well, let me tell you this. You're number 7. Sevens, it's how we look at things. It's how you look at your glass of life. And religion has affected a lot of people, good, bad, and indifferent, to be very honest. But if you but see, to me, your clue is in the question you gave that you know you need to move beyond your constraints, and so you know that if probably the religious upbringing was of a dogmatic relationship, I don't know, I'm just saying as an example, that means the power is up to you to change it. And don't forget, God gave us a brain, but more importantly, he gave us all a mind. And as you know, on my show, my thing is you either think for yourself or somebody will do your thinking for you. And so just based upon that premise alone, I really do feel that that no matter where you grow up, no matter what the religious thing, especially if you feel that way, and that you're ready to move beyond that, then that's how that should be. And I'm
Well,
looking at the fact you're in a 9 personal year. Yes, what happened?
well, I pulled the Fool card, so this is no numbers, or this represents the Fool card.
Hmm.
So, which is not a bad card. It's just something that's like a new beginning, a new start, a change, direction, something that you've, um, like, for example, the way she grew up, and it caused, you know, um, her to feel like she has to like hide what she really feels. So this is basically representing the Fool card, the Joker. So
Okay,
so
okay,
maybe she has to really find out what she really wants, what her spiritual journey to be. She has to find out about that. But like I can go into depth with her as well with the reading.
okay. Well, that's why I'm going to put your band up in a moment so people can definitely reach out to you. Strawberry 1955, greetings. The birthday is January the 7th. Should she go back to teaching or stay where she is?
The I just pulled a diamonds. Basically, she should just stay where she is, because wherever she's at right now is going to be success there. This is it here. This is what this represents. The now, and finances, career. It doesn't say anything about career change or anything like that. So she's fine, or let me pull another card. Or she can do both, but it's really what she wants to do. She loves to teach. I pull this card. She loves to teach,
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well,
but where
but
she at? Where she's making her finance, where she's really doing well. So,
okay.
but she could do both, but she has to take one a little more serious than the other. Like, more time into what is.
I have a question as we wrap up the show. What about a person says they've got this new person, and do you read couples too to find out whether they're compatible?
I can do that. Yeah. Actually, I've done couples a few
Okay,
times.
because I got one for you. Fox Sinatra. Brother Lloyd, grand evening. The birthday is May 29th, and his new lady friend, his birthday is July 14th. What can you tell us about this connection?
The Two of Hearts. Oh, wow. I just pulled this for them.
Okay,
Um,
and what would that indicate, young
hap-
lady?
happiness and partnership. Happiness and partnership. That's exactly what Two of Hearts is. And
Okay.
um, it's yeah. So that's right on point. Like I just pulled this like right out the deck. So yeah, it definitely is something new. It's something fresh. It's good. And if you want me to go more in depth, I can do both. Um,
No, you'll need to give her a call. Just that's all that is. It's just that simple. But here's what's interesting to me. You pull the two of hearts. He's born on the 29th. 2 plus 9 is 11, and 1 plus 1 is 2. Although he's an air sign and she's a water sign, they have the same identical numbers, but in a different arrangement. Numerically, his numbers are the 2, 7, and 5. Her numbers are the 5, 2, and 7. So his best days are always on a Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Her best days are always on a Wednesday, Monday, and Friday. So those are the same days. So I wouldn't be surprised if they either met or dated or got into a relationship somewhere on late Sunday night into Monday, late Tuesday night into Wednesday, or late Thursday night into Friday, or maybe hooked up somewhere around the months that they both share in common, which is May, June, July, September, and October. But since you said this is recent, I would suspect that should have been somewhere around late April into May or May into June because they got the same days, the same numbers, the same months, everything. So I would say, yeah, very compatible.
yeah.
So it all depends. So I'm wishing you all the best, Frank Sinatra. So now let me put up your banner, please. So this is how people can. Nope, that's not it. I am so embarrassed. Hold on. Where is it? Hold on. Hold up. Did I move it to the top? I don't think. Hold on. Yeah, I didn't move it to the top. That's what I did. This is Amirah Hassan with one A, not two A's at the end. She's an educator, card reader, entrepreneur, great mom. This is her contact information. So for those of you who want to reach out to her, it's area code 518-796-7638. That's 518-967-9796. 7638. I need to let you give out your number. Her cash app is a dollar sign AZ shop 22. That is correct, right?
Correct.
Okay. And so this is it. Amira, I do want to thank you very, very much. Now you got to get ready to do another show. Hold on. Let me show people. I'm going to put this right back on a second, but a mirror in an hour is going to be on YouTube on magnets, crystals, and pyramids with host Hank Rising Sun. That's my buddy. We both 7, so we, so I think we're gonna be hanging out this Sunday out in Brooklyn. But there's magnets, crystals, and pyramids, full womb, full moon wisdom. Okay, so you're going to be talking about the subject of women, right?
Yes. Yes,
Okay,
definitely.
that should be interesting. That should
It's
be very,
gonna
very
be.
interesting.
I think it's gonna be very interesting.
Well,
Especially.
anytime it's women, it's always interesting. That's for sure. Okay, that I can tell you. But again, that's at 9 o'clock this evening in an hour's time. Magnets, crystals, and pyramids. She's going to be featured on Womb Full Moon Wisdom. Okay, and it's this evening at 9 o'clock in an hour. So you just go to YouTube and type in the title Magnets, Crystals, and Pyramids, and you can see where she'll be stretching out more. And for those of you who know how Hank Rising Sun rolls, he's um, something else. That's all I can tell you. And again, this is Amira Hassan's. There's a lot more, but anyway, this is a kind of a crazy day. How's your son doing? He's okay.
Yeah, he's coloring right now on his iPad.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Good. 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 Well, you keep up the good work, and I do want to thank you very, very much, Amira. And so I'll
you.
let you get
Thank
settled. I'll let him get settled, and I might maybe catch you on Hank's show in about an hour. Okay.
Yeah, yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Okay. Thank you very, very much. All righty.
Right.
Okay, everybody. I do want to thank Amirah very much for that. Uh, so it's interesting. She has a Leo son. He's August 15th. Anyway, let me just tell you about again our sponsors. Um, uh, One is King Simon, who is sponsoring the salute, special ancestral tribute or salute to Baba Dick Gregory on Sunday, October the 24th. He's also come out with a new children's book. I think he's going to be at an honoring. There's going to be some kind of ceremony in Florida the first week in August. August is a busy month for him, but it's the one anyway. I also want to thank intellectualpowers.net. Their supplements is just really out of this world. I would advise all of you to at least get a bottle and try for yourself. The one thing, it is free of all these additives and metals and yeast and colors and filters and sweeteners and preservatives and all these other animal byproducts that we consume a lot. And then we want to know why our cholesterol level is high, this, that, and the other is high. Well, his is free of all that. And I like the best part at the bottom is radiation free. So that means you definitely not going to be glowing in the dark in no time soon. However, if you go to his site and order the product, type in the code word numbers and you will receive a discount. I also want to thank Miss Manifest on Purpose, Miss Kimberly, who sponsors my show every week. And so it's a nice exchange we do. I sponsor her, she sponsors mine. And so it's a great relationship in that way. And there's a term that used to use in the old days called bartering. Well, let me tell you, based on the way the economic climate is going to be, a lot of us are going to be into bartering, seriously. Okay. And so unemployment is going up quietly. And so a lot of people, just because you might be secure today, that don't mean you're going to be secure tomorrow. You just asked President Joe Biden a week and a half ago and what has happened now. All right. And so also Nicholas Brooklyn uh, out in Fulton Street on 1396 Fulton Street. So I want to thank all of everybody very, very much. And before I go, please, my moderator, her book is incredible. It's available on Audible, and it's to hear it is one thing, but to read it is even juicier. That's all I'm telling you. So please do that. I don't know whether this is still in effect. I've got to check with her yet. Knocking from the inside, where you can actually hear the Audible free of charge. I don't know whether that still stands, but regardless, please take advantage and listen to her book. You should really have it where you can read and flip the pages. That's even more dynamic. By the way, this is the 22nd of July. And so the newsletter is still free. We do not sell your mailing list. For those that don't want to read it, you can hear it. And it's on YouTube with Miss Kimberly and I. We do it every month. She's hundreds and hundreds of miles away, but the communications is like we right there. And so as you see at the bottom, we list all the zodiac signs so you can go right to it. By the way, there's a link in your newsletter. So if you're reading your sign, you'll see a link and you press on that link and it'll take you right to your sign. Or if your moon is this, and some people, they say, well, I read my moon more so. I read my sun or I read my ascendant. Well, whatever it is, all of it's there for you. So it's a montage of things. Also, please sign up for the A Star 8 app. Give it 5 gold stars, please, or 5 stars. I can tell that was about teaching days, 5 stars. And so I want to thank all of you very, very much. I look forward to seeing you on this Wednesday. In the meantime, thank you. And I want all of you to have a very, very nice day. In the meantime, and take good care. Again, people have been texting me and calling about this recent thing that's been happening in the political world. I've got my opinions one way or the other. I might share it on Wednesday. I may not. I really don't know. But anyway, whatever it is, it's going to be what it's going to be. That I can tell you. Have a nice day.